Hello, this is Phillip Radke for GCU 236, and this is Milestone 5. First, we're going to take a look at the front end, and then we'll dive into what's going on in the back. So first of all, we've created a cart. As for right now, we don't have anything in the cart, but if we go to our product catalog, I'm already logged in as the number 1, so I can edit and all of that stuff. However, let's just click this give it to me. That adds the items to the cart. So let's say I want to buy some Hot Wheels. Okay, and we'll go back to the catalog and we'll get some paint brushes too. Yeah, that looks good to me. I can afford $12.49. So we just click checkout and we're presented with a receipt, and our cart is emptied. That's pretty basic functionality. There's no payment processing or anything. However, let's take a look at what's going on in the back. So first of all, I've added this header page stub, so I don't have to keep copying and pasting every time I want to change the header. This code here is basically just to ensure that the styles and all of the links are pointing to the right place when I include the header file in each of their respective classes and PHP documents. So it's fairly straightforward if you take a look at the code itself. Close that, and this footer is the same sort of deal, but just much simpler. So if we take a look at our checkout controller, so first of all, when we are looking at our cart and we say, yeah, we like what's in our cart, we go ahead and click this checkout button, right? So this takes us to controllers/checkout-controller.php. So we go there, and this is all that it was. Is after I included the template for the header and the footer, this has compressed my pages to much smaller and easier to write and read, in my opinion, pages. Anyway, so first of all, first thing that we do is we create an order business service, which we will look at right now. And there's a method called order products, and it just takes in a cart as an argument. So it returns bool, as you can see, creates product business services, creates all the necessary objects that we're going to use, creates a connection, and it sets the auto commit to false. This is to create to ensure the atomicity of the one of the requirements for the transaction that we're about to make. So next we've created an order data service. So let's take a look at the order data service, and it has two functions: add order line and add order details. Add order line is simple, just creates an orders in our database. Let's take a look at our database real quick before we get too deep into that. So you'll see orders and orders details are new, and then I've got a new view as well, orders and details. This orders and details view is just the aggregate of all of the necessary columns for order details and orders that we would need to pull up any individual order. So if we take a look at our columns, we've got ID, date, user's ID, and address. These are explained better here, right? So it's pretty obvious what the user's ID is, and the address is also fairly clear. So we send that query, and then if it returns an error, then it would return the error. But if it doesn't, then it just returns the insert ID. And this is going to be used for the next function here, or add details. So once we go back to our orders business service, we commit that function, add details, and its arguments include the connection and order, product, and the quantity. So we go back, and this is just preparing a statement to do all of that. It binds the parameters and executes. And then if it failed, it returns -1. If it succeeded, it returns a positive integer, which would be the insert ID of the newest item that was just created in the order details. And we go back to our orders business service, and from there we can check. This is a processing through the entire cart, and the results, if it's greater than 0 or less than 0, so that means that if anything failed, then it would return a -1, and then it would set the success variable to false, and then it would break the loop, because if this happens on the first iteration of the cart, then we don't want it to keep continuing to do whatever it's doing and then keep failing or succeeding, whatever. We don't want incomplete orders, so we just break the loop. And then from there we commit our transactions. If not, if it was failed, so this is our success variable. It checks if it's true or false. If it's false, everything is rolled back, and then it's returned success. So this success variable is going to be either true or false, and as you can see, it's checked here and then returned. So our checkout controller is checking if that success variable was true or false. If it's true, then it thanks you for your purchase, and then it displays this receipt page. If not, it just states that there's a generic problem with your order and please try again. And receipt page is essentially our show cart page minus the checkout button and plus a few other messages. It's nothing really major to explain here. Add to cart controller, nothing's changed from last week here. So that's a basic rundown of everything that's new in this milestone. Thanks for watching.